Hi there, I'm Graham McNeese. Welcome to this video presentation of 3 memorable years of State of Origin competition. Amid the hype of bicentennial celebrations, Queensland continued its interstate league supremacy. 2 matches were wrapped up by Wally Lewis's boys in front of Sydney audiences, and the Lang Park game certainly didn't disappoint the Brisbane crowd. Now we commence our highlights with 88's first State of Origin encounter at the Sydney Football Stadium on May 17.
Making his debut, Sam Backo, the 17-stone giant who has patiently waited for his chance at the big time. His opponent, the game's in-form prop, the fearless Steve Roach, a 9-time veteran. The little men will also dominate. The cunning and guile of the world's #1, Peter Sterling, against his possible heir apparent, Alan Langer, who may feel a little lonely without King Wally outside him. Standing rear guard, 2 of the game's best fullbacks. The brilliant running Gary Belcher, out to impress and win a place in the Australian team, up against the diminutive but explosive Jonathan Docking, who had his first big moment last year at Long Beach, California. This scrum set just down near the 22 for New South Wales, comes out the Blues' way. Sterling falls on it, Langer falls on him, Docking a dummy half. Takes it over the line, Docking, and makes a valuable 4 or 5. Back for Simmons, on to Folks. And that's a good run too from Folks. Plays it back to Simmons, out to Sterling, the little master. Here's a little step now as they come inside from Pearce, on to Lyons. Lyons pretty creative tonight, he pops it back for Cleal. Cleal got a bit of distance to move now, Cleal still going down field. Oh, great run from Crusher. Crusher powering down the field, comes back to Johnson now. They clear it out along the line, they're pretty deep. Sydney Football Stadium for New South Wales. Michael O'Connor. My gee, what a classy player. Well, New South Wales head back. Now watch this. It comes out along the back line, the long pass. It links up here and they're looking for O'Connor, but look at this. He just throws a dummy, beats the man, and look at the step with the swerve as he goes over the line. Oh, that's a good try. Goodbye, Giselle, New South Wales. And it's a Queensland rain to Langer. Langer with a chance. Langer over. Oh, Sterling missed him and Langer was over. That was ever so easy. Little Langer caught me off guard. Brushed away a tackle and over. Well, they've fought back Queensland. Well, they won't be happy with the Blues. He went on the blind side and just picked the ball up. Have a look at this. Straight out of the scrum now. Sterling completely misses him here. He steps out of it. He had support too, but he didn't lead it, the little fella. Bangs it down and Queensland fight back.
Well, the fullback Docking, he's standing over, if you're watching that, looking for something to happen by winning the ball. Sterling missed his man.
Queensland in front, 6-4. This kick can make the difference now, way off target. Well, both kickers are off target tonight, but Queensland leading 6 points to 4 over New South Wales. State of Origin, round 1. Gives his all. Eddinghauser. Canescu. You can see the strain, you can see the pain written all over him. Docking. Unloads for Eddinghauser now. The flyer from Cronulla winds up, almost gets through a little gap to Horton with a beautiful copybook tackle though. Docking spending plenty of time at dummy half. Cliffy Lyons with the ball. Royce Simmons now back at dummy half, fires it back out for Roach. Oh, nice ball out for McGaw. McGaw puts his foot down on the panel and still going. McGaw gets one out for Sterling now on the Lyons. He's got a bit of support, Lyons too. Long foot out for Eddinghausen. He tried to slip it back for O'Connor and couldn't. Loose possession now. Queensland have the ball. McIndoe lays it back there to Belt. No, it's Gene Miles. Big Gene Miles takes it and takes the tackle. Back for Langer. Out to Bella, on to Jackson, back for Bella, the big man doing the run around work here, but they wrap him up ball and all. Roach and Cleal. Canescu dummy half. Sam Backo. Backo out of one, but they come back and get him, and Simmons took a pretty big knock on the shoulder there too. Canescu has got Fullerton Smith. Roach has a belt at him. Fullerton Smith goes back and gets the ball. And Davidson gets Fullerton Smith. Kilroy fires one out to Langer. Langer with a little chase too. Can he get the bounce? He toes it again. And toes it again. It's still in play. Still in play. Well, he tried it once before and didn't do it. And they let him do it, New South Wales. Well, Jack, you said that you thought this man had been held back a little by Wally Lewis, and what you've said here, it's happening tonight. He's playing his own game.
Well done, Stanley Matthews, proud. He's got a couple, 2 or 3 kicks in, certainly got it in the past the penalty area across the stripe.
Oh, clever player. I mean, he's a clever player. Look at this. Beautifully placed kick. Now, if he gets the bounce, he's right, but he's smart enough just to tow it, then goes again after Johnson had missed it. And a simple dive on Docking got there too late.
Well, Johnson maybe a little disappointing there. He was a half-hearted attempt to wrap that ball up and left enough space for Langer to get to his boot to it.
10 points to 6, Queensland lead with this kick to come. And there it goes. Well, let me tell you, it is sweet from Gary Belcher. Bobby Lindner now on the sidelines. And Mick Cronin, any news about the problem with Lindner?
He's just gone to the head bin, Darryl, and they definitely think he'll definitely be back.
OK. Comments from Mick Cronin, right on the sideline in the thick of the action there. And in the thick of the action now, this has been a Snuffers. Davidson makes the strides upfield, and the Clippy Lions can't take it. Ball's back on the ball, though.
Well, he seemed to be hit as the ball come to him. I think he got to him a little early, the Queenslander, but it'll show up on replay, I think.
Yeah, well, he gave a little pat to Davidson. It was Roach who made the initial beautiful ball up there for Davidson. Look at him striding down and looking, but we're back live now with Belcher. He makes some strides downfield. Tackle, though, midway between the half and the quarter. New South Wales into the ground. Fullerton Smith. He's done nothing wrong tonight.
Well, New South Wales have been moving the ball, but it hasn't always been forward, unfortunately.
Scott Tronk taken, the new player on for Bobby Lindner. We believe he's coming back. He's in the head bin, taking a knock. Out to Langer. Out to Jackson, on to Curry. Curry flicks a wild one back, taken by Borton, steadies the ship. Now goes forward, Borton, now going forward inside the 22, and Borton brought down 10 metres out. Oh, good play from Borton. Gets back to Cadescu. Queensland on the roll now. Here's Jackson. Jackson heading for the line. Oh, yes. And Jackson so easy for Queensland. They're just cutting through New South Wales tonight. And that was Matty Borton's try. Put it down to him. He did the lead-up work. Oh, look at New South Wales. They are shattered. They cannot believe this performance from Queensland tonight. Peter Jackson playing a big role here now. Watch this. It goes out from Bella. Bella gets it to Jackson. He went through 4 defenders to bang it down for Queensland. 16-6. Queensland over New South Wales. Who would have believed this? There's no doubt about it. The Queensland players, they put those maroon jumpers on, they grow 10 feet taller. Fullerton Smith back in the side and has played pretty well tonight. Langer out to Jackson, on to Belcher. He's everywhere, Belcher. He's everywhere. He's on roller skates.
Well, he can afford to get up down that back line and do something.
Out to Langer. Queensland very flat that time. Lindner takes the ball. Gets a good pass away to Bacco. Bacco. It's interfered with by New South Wales. Cadescu will have the ball. He's wrestled down by Lyons.
There's 6 plays to go.
Exactly. 6 plays to go. Bacco, dummy half. He's everywhere tonight. He gets it on to Bella. They've played well, the 2 props.
Well, I can't deny that, Darryl. They've had pretty strong games. I think they probably, scoreboard shows, have outplayed the opposition.
Langer inside the 22. They're back in the danger zone. Gets it on to Jackson. Jackson wound up and tries to bust the defence, but can't. Pierce underneath, Docking over the top. And Lyons there too. So 3 Blues jumpers onto him. Comes out now to Belcher. He just drops it straight off the toe. Chance here for McIndoe. Oh, chance. Yes, he scored it. Yes, he's over. Gomersall's given him the try.
Well, Gomersall didn't give him the try. He looked, he was going to award the try, looked to his line umpire, and he said, OK, so he blew the whistle.
Well, I know I had to take a long time on that because we picked it was going to happen, but Gomersall took so long to make up his mind. Now, here it is. There's Eddinghausen, but McIndoe just goes straight in.
Well, from that angle, you'd have to pay it.
Here it is now, the bouncing ball over the line. Now, watch carefully. Bang. Well, I don't know.
No, it was a fumble.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
No, he never got within cooey.
Comes back for Gene Miles this time. Palming them off, still going, trying to unload. Gets it on to Langer. Langer now. He's got Belcher. Belcher inside. Belcher's out of the clear. And he's up to the post again. Gary Belcher for Queensland, and that wraps it up for the Reds. Oh, look, they're just making inroads. Belcher then opened them up and just went on with it. Queensland have played so well tonight. They've taken their chances. Now look at this again. Gene Miles gets out of Docking's tackle. Trewella was there. He beat him. He beat Folks. He got the ball to Langer. Then he got it to Belcher. And Belcher just put the foot down on the accelerator and went straight under the post for a 4-pointer that should be a 6-pointer. Gary Belcher, dead set in front, 10 metres out. Could spin it over from here. Bang. There it goes. Add another 2 points. 24 points to 6. This is getting embarrassing for New South Wales. Is this Folks? On to Roach. Well, they're just reading them so well, Queensland. I mean, any time the ball comes back, bang, Pearce just got the ball, then he's on the ground. Lamb. The long floater out this time. Gets it on to Eddinghausen. Eddinghausen with a bit of room to move down the touchline. Flicks it back inside. Chance this time for McGaw. He's got the support. Terry Lamb heading for the line. Oh, no, it just gets put down by Langer. Flicks the ball back. Gets it to Eddinghausen. Try. Oh, boy, that's not a bad one. Terry Lamb has finally sparked this side and got him going. Eddinghausen with a great finish. Back to Simmons. Back to Johnston. Johnston with a half a break. He's tried hard, but he's had the ball tonight, Johnston. Back to Simmons. Simmons throws a dummy, gets it on to Sterling. Sterling makes 4 or 5, but wrapped up pretty quickly. Scott Tronk the tackler. Ball out this time for Davidson. They flick it back for Lamb. Lamb has got Pearce. Pearce now striding down, but wrapped up quickly by Gene Miles. Johnston, dummy half. On to Sterling. Sterling gets it out to Lamb. Lamb dancing, sees a little gap, trying to link up. Can he? Yes, he does. To big Steve Roach. Look at the big fella going down the field. He's got Mark McGaw. And this will be a try, yes. Oh, that's a try. That's a face saver. Mark McGaw rewarded with a Blues try.
Well, again, Lamb ignited this play. He receives there. He just a little cut back looking for a receiver. And he picks up Roach.
Here's the kick. Yes, sir. So the score now looking a little more respectable. 26 points to 18, and there's the final siren has rung, and Queensland have run out victors here at the Sydney Football Stadium tonight, 26 points to 18, and that has really got to be an upset in most of the Sydney-siders' minds. I don't think in Queensland's mind, so. Well, here we are at Lang Park. What an amazing crowd here tonight, a huge crowd. Turned out for this unbelievable game tonight. New South Wales need to win this one to equalise up. No other football ground in the world can generate the excitement that this ground does for rugby league. Well, New South Wales with a chance here. O'Connor, what's on the pace? O'Connor, oh, he tried to slip it out. He could. Gary Jack dancing, tries to link up and he can't. They belly down pretty hard too. 10 metres out is Gary Jack. Eddinghausen fires it in for Lamb. It goes to Sterling. It goes behind him. He picks it up. Gets it wide. They've got the overlap. If they can just link up New South Wales. But the Queensland defence is over there. Elias gets one out for Pearce. Pearce flicks it back to Lamb. They're keeping it alive. Sterling on the run around. That's Pearce. Now it's Elias. Now it's O'Connor. O'Connor for the line. He'll get there. Oh, yes. O'Connor with a great try. Oh, he's got some pass. O'Connor. He saw the line and just went straight for the twin. A great try. Oh, boy. New South Wales just keeping it alive.
Well, I got a good decision early in this play when I thought Roach knocked the ball on, but they continued with it. And they just had too many people. The try could have been scored early. Jack missed Lamb on the inside of him.
New South Wales with the ball now, about 32 metres out from the Queensland line. Roach runs it up. He gets it to the 22. Roach having a big game tonight. So is Daly. The front row really working. I talk about Daly. Look at that. In he goes hard and makes another 10 or 12. But he gets pumped with a couple too, and he got picked out. Yes, sir. And Daly on the laugh, and that's Bella. That could be a square up, Jack.
That was the dumbest play you'd ever see. Right under the sticks. A couple of minutes to go to half-time. It's a presentation.
You'll cop plenty from the crowd as he starts to come in. Doesn't faze him. Michael O'Connor takes a 2. New South Wales now leading Queensland 6 points to 4. Right, this scrum will form up now, midway between the quarter and a half. Queensland's end of the ground. Langer. Getting it out for Belcher. He's making that extra man. He comes in. He doesn't mind a bit of work, Belcher, does he?
Well, he sits there extra 5'8", either shoot Belcher or shoot Lewis.
Borton. Oh, got out of one and they came back and thumped him down. Canescu. The runners are lined out. This is Bella all cleaned up this time. They wrestle him down, give him a face massage on the way down. I won't worry. He's got a bit to make up. He gave that silly penalty away, Jack, that cost them 2 points.
Well, I don't know what they said at half-time to him, but he ought to be in there hanging his head at half-mast. Because
ball going wide. Out. Can they link it up with McIndoe? He puts a chip through. The race is on. He's got some pace. McIndoe, look at this. Oh, so close. And they get him too. Well, McIndoe. Whoa, showed the pace then. New South Wales really had the motor to get onto that ball.
That ball was free, only for Fergo coming across. He travelled a lot of yards, Fergo, to pick that up. He come from the opposite wing. Otherwise, it surely was a try.
Well, McIndoe showing heaps of pace. The boys in blue are on the field. Mick Cronin, can you believe this?
Well, I thought we've seen all in brawls before, but I think this is a bit past the joke. I think the crowd, they're getting a bit carried away there. Wally made a mistake. The crowd's making a bigger mistake.
Totally agree with you, Mick. Anyway, the game has gone on. The Cairns are now being booted off the field. And it's on. Queensland 2 short, New South Wales 1. And the feeling is about 120 degrees, the temperature. This is Terry Lamb. Oh, intercept! Peter Jackson's got an intercept! Ferguson coming at him! Can Ferguson get him? Yes, he can! Oh, well, Jackson went away with the intercept and Ferguson came back. And there's a late tackle! There's a late tackle! And the Cairns are back on! And there's another one off! Yes, sir, Stephen Folkes has been sent off.
Well, Folkes had to go. That's a fair decision. But see, Jackson was wounded. If he'd have been okay, we got a knee problem. He'd have made that try line.
Well, Jack, the referee, Mick Stone, is now appealing to the crowd to stop throwing cans.
Oh, I didn't know about that, but he's not going to have much luck with the crowd. He hasn't had much luck with the 26 players on the paddock.
Well, this is really getting out of hand up here, I'll tell you. Borton will restart play. They're only 10 metres out, and both sides 2 men short. Bobby Linder. Now, I'm not sure if Folkes is off or he's off in the sin bin. I don't know. Linder's now hurt.
Well, they've only got 11 on. Somebody's off. It's going to be Folkes.
Well, I'm not sure. I know Folkes is off, but I'm not sure for good or just for 5 or 10.
No, listen.
5 minutes. He's off for 5.
Sin bin.
Okay. Right. Linder charging at the line. Queensland only a metre out. This crowd is going to erupt. I'll tell you if they score. Can New South Wales hold them out? Matty Borton. Borton going forward. They stop him. They wrap him up. There's 1 to go. Watch for Langer. Watch for Langer. Number 7. Oh, no, they go from there. He's there.
He's in there.
Oh, wait. He's there. That's a try. And look at this crowd. This crowd has gone absolutely mad. Belcher in front, yes. 10-6 to score. Borton. Still going, Borton. Daly takes him over the top. That's Manly against Manly. There'll be a little smile there somewhere. Well, I can't see it. Langer back for Lewis. Lewis with a wild one with Gilmister. Gilmister tries to unload, but he can't. Taken by Dunn. Canescu to Langer. Steps inside Langer. He gets the ball to Bobby Linder. Bobby Linder trying to unload it. He can't.
Gilmeister was trailing him. He couldn't get it away. Canescu and Lang is in. That's all over. Lang is in. And look at Lewis. This is emotion here. The little man has gone in and Lewis has gone mad. And so is the crowd. Belcher in front. Another two on the way. Wait till you hear the roar. There it is. And there's the roar. Now, here it is again. This is Canescu after the big build-up from Vaughton, and Langer just went in and slammed it down, and that's the series.
The referee for tonight's encounter, Greg McCallum, making his Origin debut, so a big night for him too. Let's go through the tee card for you. Gary Jack, John Ferguson, Mark McGaw, Michael O'Connor, Andrew Eddinghausen. They make up the back line. The two pivots are Terry Lamb and Des Hasler. The front row and the pack go this way. Steve Hansen, Ben Elias is the hooker, Steve Roach. We have Wayne Pearce, the captain, on the side in the second row with Stephen Folkes, along with Paul Langmack. The coach is John Peard. The Queensland card for you, pretty well unchanged. Gary Belcher at fullback, Alan McIndoe and Joe Kilroy, the new player in for... He played, of course, in the first game. On the wing, we've got Peter Jackson and Tony Curry moving into the centres tonight in place of Gene Miles. Wally Lewis is the captain. He's at 5'8". Alan Langer, the halfback. Paul Vaughton at lock. Bobby Lindner and Wally Fullerton-Smith are the two second rowers. Sam Bacco, Greg Canescu and Martin Bella make up the front row. The coach, Wayne Bennett. And New South Wales will welcome this penalty. Jack, they've been under a bit of pressure the first couple of minutes.
Well, they showed a bit of defence there. They jumped offside on a couple of occasions, but McCallum didn't penalise them. But their defence effort there was good. They were right on the line, Queensland.
Wayne Pearce.
I think they call that move lookout. They'll sing out to Wayne lookout. He ran into some trouble there.
Dancing around with the ball. Here's Roach. Clears it out for Lyons. Lyons has got Gary Jack. Gary Jack puts it down on the floor and goes. But the defence beats him well, and he's about 12 metres out. So now the Blues have their chance. Folkes fires a long one out for Cliffy Lyons. Lyons looking to link up. He gets Langmack. If he can unload, there's a chance. Yes! Oh, good try. Good try from Pearce in. Oh, it's a good play from New South Wales. They just kept it alive, and look at the emotion here. Running high. Wayne Pearce in with some good play with Paul Langmack. Well, there we go. The kick is successful. So we have a scoreline that reads New South Wales 6, leading Queensland 0. Queensland now on the attack. Lewis. Oh, yes! Oh, how strong is Lewis? He had a look, threw a little dummy, and just went over. Well, it happened so quickly from the kickoff. Queensland in. 6-4 the score now. Oh, boy. Origin football happens at 100 mile an hour. Watch this. Bang, he had Curry there. Sucked in the defence and just, well, it was a bit brittle. They hung off him and he went bang, I'll take it.
Well, they paid the full penalty for that drop ball. Andrew Eddinghausen got ruled for a knock-on, and he got penalised the fullest with 6 points, probably going against his side.
6 it is. Gary Belcher doesn't miss him, so they're locked at all. 6-all. New South Wales and Queensland. McIndoe. Jackson. Rebound. Ball loose. Elias chases on. McIndoe runs him down, though, from behind. Elias up quickly to play it. Stephen Folkes at dummy half. Out it goes to Hansen. Hansen interfered with Canescu. He was going to unload and had to run. As Queensland were getting back on side, it comes out to Hasler. The Manly pair working well. Here's Gary Jack. Gary Jack on the burst. Unloads very, very quickly. Gets it on the McGaw. They're getting the focus, and the focus is in. Oh, yes, just keeping it alive. New South Wales. Well, New South Wales, Jack, have held the ball for 41 tackles. Queensland 39, and this is Hasler. Like I remember calling Lindner.
There's been a non-event at them.
The ball on the Gary Jack. He gets out of one. He's having a big game. Gary Jack, he gets it on the Cliffy Lyons. Lyons just dancing through the maroon jumpers. Out to Hasler. Hasler flicks one back inside for Eddinghausen. Eddinghausen almost out of one. He'll flick one back inside the Folkes. Oh, they're keeping it alive. This is Langmack. Langmack burrowing for the line, but the Queensland defence beats him just a half a metre out of this
O'Connor right in front. Yes, sir. This scoreline now really running away. This is Backo. And gets the ball away too, this time to Bobby Linder. He gets it on to little Langer. Langer really going hard. Cover the fence coming over. No, he's there. Well, the little man's done it again. G doesn't play too many games where he doesn't score a try. Oh, that come with Backo making the break then and getting the ball away. Belcher. Ball in the air. And yes, that's good. So, scoreline now, 18-12, New South Wales leading Queensland, who are coming back. Canescu gets it back for Backo. Backo winding up with no support. She's only a few metres out, so Queensland with a big chance here. Lewis now fires it out for Jackson. Jackson can't unload. They wrestle him down. Queensland with 2 tackles.
They've got 20 seconds to do something.
Well, Lewis is desperately trying. He's done it. Oh, Backo's in. Well, Lewis had a look. You said 20 seconds, and that's all they had. And Backo just barged over. Here we go again. Look at this, Lewis. They've got him wrapped up. He slips it to Backo. Well, only Elias there, and there was no way he was going to stop him from there. Backo too strong, and a good kicking position too.
Well, all parts of the ground covered, bar the whole Backo walked through. That door was open.
Gary Belcher, man of the match in the second Origin match, and trying his test debut. So Backo having a huge year. And Belcher belts it over from there. So we've got a lock scoreline here of 18 all, and it's half-time.
New South Wales this half have lost the ball, I think, on 3 occasions on their first play. 2 taps, so they need... That hasn't helped what they're trying to do.
Belcher taken by Elias. He's been busy tonight too, Elias. Comes out of Canescu. Gets it on to Backo now. Backo hard and straight out of one. Backo 2, and Hassler takes him again. Well, Hassler's everywhere. Lewis on to Langer. Langer, little chip kick. Can he get it back? Yes, he does. A little man gets it on to Jackson. Chance here. Oh, let's see if he can get it down. Try.
Great play by Langer. I tell you this, he's smarter than the average kitchen appliance. That was a great play for him. It's his try.
This is Gary Belcher with a conversion. Yes, well, the complexion of this game changes now because Queensland 24 leading New South Wales 18. Comes back to Lyons again. On to Hassler. Hassler gets it out to Roach. Roach just throws through the big dump. He gets it on to Hassler. Chance to make a link up. O'Connor. Oh, yes, he'll score. Oh, good play. Well, they caught Queensland napping that time. Got it napping O'Connor over. 22-24. Bulletin Smith dummy half. Gets it to Lewis. Lewis dancing around. Gets it back to Jackson inside. 22-24 the score. Queensland just in front. Canescu gets it on to Backo. Well, this time they'll have to give it to Backo. Gee, talk about this like a cab rank. The players are on and off. The kick successful. So Queensland now move further ahead. 30 points to New South Wales 22. Bella going off. Canescu out for Gilmister. Slips one out for Langer, and that looked a little forward, a little suspect. Gordon comes on to Backo. Backo out of one. Going the big fella Backo, but no one there to give it to. He's going to take the tackle. Kilroy in there now. Quickly out to Langer. Langer turns it back inside to Canescu. They get it on to Kilroy. Yes. Well, there we go again. And look at Lyons shaking his head. He can't believe it. Can't believe it. Smoker Joe in for Queensland.
Well, Queensland, they've won it on talent tonight. The New South Wales, they'll have to hit 3 sixes to get out of this. They're not going to do that.
Kick unsuccessful. On to Lewis. Loose ball. Belcher will take it. Got a bit of momentum. Belcher too. 10 metres out again. So the Blues defending with everything now. Back it comes. Gets on to Langer. He kicks for the winger. Can he get there? McIndoe. Drive. Mick Cronin.
Well, what can we say, Darryl? They're just showing what a great side they are tonight, Queensland. They've come from 18-6 down. Now they're leading by 38-22. That probably pretty well tells the story.
Near the 22, about a metre in from touch, so it's a hard one. There it is for you. Looks all right. No, just waved away. So the score now running away a little. It sure is. New South Wales get the penalty, but time has run out, so here we go. Lions, the interceptor's on. O'Connor strides away, flicks the ball out. It's taken by Lewis, though. Then he gets it on to Gilmister. There's players with traffic going everywhere. This is Belcher on to Langer. They're not done with yet, Queensland. Yes, they are now. And it's getting a little bit heated here after the bell really has gone. There it is now. It's all over. Greg McCallum says it's off, and the handshakes will start. The series has been won in magnificent fashion.
Ah, yes, a great year, 1988, of Queensland's supremacy in the State of Origin series. But the problems for New South Wales were far from over in 1989. The first and third matches of the 89 series, played in Brisbane, resulted in 36 points to 6 and 36 to 16 victories to Queensland. The Sydney-based second match also saw yet another victory for the Maroons, 16 points to 12. We commence our league memories of 1989 at Lang Park on May the 23rd.
There's the Queensland side. Fullback Belcher, McIndoe, Curry, Meninga, Hancock, Lewis, Langer, Linda, Vorton, Miles, Bella, Terrad Walters and Dan Staines, coached by Arthur Beetson.
New South Wales line up. Gary Jack is at fullback. Ferguson and Daly in there. Farah and Johns. Terry Lamb and Desi Hasler. Bradley Clyde, a big night for him. Gavin Miller, also a big night as captain. Paul Siren and John Cartwright. Mario Fennick. Paul Dunn, coach, of course, the master coach, Jack Gibson. This scrum to pack. Jack Gibson also with an experimental front row has said, I want you to go in hard and push as hard as you can quickly and try and get them off the ball. Belcher gets a nice ball out for Lewis, and Lewis gets in the clear too, and he turns it back inside. Oh, look at this, is Hancock now. He makes a straight. He's got plenty of pace. Hancock has the corrals him up. He gets out of that. He's still going, and now he goes down. Oh, good run from Hancock. Queensland on the attack. Meninga, he gets it out to Langer. Langer goes forward, and there's a penalty gone to Queensland. And he takes a quick tap, Langer. Well, New South Wales have been caught napping. Goes out wide, they try to link up, they do so with Alan McIndoe now. He gets a face on, and Queensland have brought in for the first of the tries. Alan McIndoe scores for the Banana Benders with a beauty. Well, that was a great try. And Alan Langer took a very quick tap. New South Wales were out of position, are running backwards, and McIndoe closed the gate down and shut him down for try number 1. Mal Meninga, one of the favourite sons of this Queensland side, has come home to play for the beloved Queensland team, and the crowd gave him a fantastic reception here. He's been swamped at training right throughout the week. Perspiration just running out of him at the moment. And this is not a difficult kick for him. 14, 15 metres in from touch, and maybe 20 metres out from the line. There's the kick, and it's got plenty of height and distance, and he gets the money too. So Queensland have taken first blood here, leading New South Wales 6-0.
Right on the halfway mark. So they really forfeited the possession very early on there, New South Wales. Miles to play it. Away to the blind side for Bella, with Queensland leading 6 points to 0.
Martin Bella will get up to play the ball. He gets revved up for State of Origin football. Martin Bella, let me tell you, right throughout training, right throughout this week, he's been eating raw meat. Alan Langer, the little darting run, dancing around. Nowhere to go there. Too much defence. Staines gets it out to Vorton now. Vorton winds up. He goes 4 or 5. Still going, Fatty Vorton. Oh, that's a tough run. Oh, that's a good run from Vorton, let me tell you. Oh, he loves State of Origin. Here's Lewis. Lewis looking to unload. He does. He gets it to Staines. Staines has gone to Curry. Curry's got the Hancock. And let me tell you, they've gone it again. Oh, my, and they teach the Blues a lesson. Oh, dear, that was too easy to look at. Dan Staines, first game, just busted him up and got it away. Queensland went in.
Great run by Wally Lewis. Held the ball up long enough to get his man into a bit of space. Good effort here by Curry. He picked 2 defenders up. Both Jack and the winger were picked up then by Curry, and that Hancock, he's a big handful on any one-on-one situation. He drags the tackler in for the try. It was a great run by Paul Vaughton too to set that try up.
Here comes a kick from Meninga by G. Doesn't look too bad from where I'm sitting. Oh, it's ABUT! Oh, Meninga, 12-0. Queensland over New South Wales. Well, can you believe the kicking from Meninga? I mean, we've seen him have some horrible nights here over the years, but he's on form tonight. Gee whiz, that's a good kick. Well.
And the second try, of course, Darryl, came from a mistake from the dummy half player. I think it was Andrew Farrad, dummy half. He bowled one of the runners out, and then Queensland had the ball, and that's where that one came from. So 2 mistakes, 2 tries.
Alan McIndoe, the man that scored the first try for the Maroons, runs the ball out, comes up to Bobby Lindner. Lindner with a barging, tough run too. Can't run over the top, Miller underneath. Goes on to Walters. Walters gets it out to Staines. That's the 22 line you can see. Out to Walters again. Walters, he's made a little break. Walters, and he's got support coming up too. Can he get it away? Yes, he can. Can they make it here? Meninga bending off. Oh, well, that's Meninga just being brought out about 8 metres down. Queensland have just made a big run through Karen Walters. He got it out to Meninga. Now Lewis with a big floater. They're on the attack. They're like kamikazes, these Queenslanders tonight, let me tell you. Well, Gene Miles. Can't believe it. That's the 10-metre line. It's just attack, attack, attack. Comes back to Walters. He made the break. He gets it on to Langer. Langer with a chip kick. He's falling Langer. He'll get there. I don't believe this. I don't believe this. He put 5 up 4, and he's just got one off. Well, this is becoming embarrassing. Look at Wally Lewis. Look at Arthur Beecham. Look at the crowd, for God's sake. Well, this is just unbelievable. They might have gone in as favourites, but nobody would have thought about this. Now, Langer's kicked like this all night. There it is, open spaces. Gary Jack tried to get there. Langer got there first.
Yeah, it's a great little effort by Langer. He's done a couple of those, kicked them back the other way. He's so good off his feet, he can straighten up and accelerate, and Gary Jack couldn't get there. Gary Jack thought the play was going the other way where Lewis was, but there's 2 giant brains operating out there for Queensland, and we've got nothing to answer them with. Langer and Lewis, they're uncontrollable.
Meninga, a study of concentration. This, he can handball it over from here, but he's kicked it over instead. 18-0.
Wally Lewis doing 5 minutes in the bin. That's not the first time that he's been sent to the bin by Mick Stone in a state of origin. Gilmeister getting it away to Vaughton. Vaughton to the halfway mark. 5 tackles gone now for the Queenslanders. Falling in for the kick is Langer. And there's that low trajectory kick going down into the in goal. It's nicely weighted. Ferguson has to hurry. Oh, did he get there in time? No, he's pulling the ball over for the line drop out.
Ray, that's one of the best kicks I've seen for a long time. That just stopped so tantalisingly close. Well, I don't know.
Beautifully weighted.
Take your pick. A great kick and more pressure. It's half time.
Ferguson looked like he was about to pick up the ball, so he wasn't forcing it with downward pressure.
Half-time, Ray.
18 points to 0 in favour of Queensland. A sensational first 40 minutes for them. I wonder what is going through Jack Gibson's mind right now, Mike Cleary.
Well, I just spoke to Nathan Gibbs, the doctor, and he said that Jack walked quietly amongst the players, individually trying to tell them to relax. His main statement was that Queensland is already celebrating, so get in there and get a try when you can. And looks like Mario Fennick's taken at his word. He's just broken through beautifully there.
Yes, it was a good run by Fennick, and this is Ferguson. They're 32 metres out. Can this be the start of the New South Wales resurgence? Here's Miller working from the open to the blind and stepping out of a tackle by Wally Lewis and offloading to Laurie Daly. Daly gets a one-handed pass away, and there's Dan Staines there. Picking up the ball for the Maroons and spread quickly to Vaughton. Vaughton immediately hits the line hard. And the ball will be played by Paul Vaughton on the 22, his own 22. Oh, Miles and Brad Ugly Clyde, a heavy confrontation, and the 19-year-old Lockie really sat Miles on the seat of his pants. Now it's Langer. Langer to play the ball. Almost in the middle of the park, midway 22 halfway, his own end, away for Lewis. And of course, this is the major luxury that we've seen exhibited tonight. When Langer's playing the ball, they've still got a marvellous kicker in the shape of Lewis waiting back at first receiver. And we, unfortunately, when I say we, the New South Wales side, we don't have those luxuries. Here's Fennick now, running it up again, meeting the defence at the advantage line. Dummy half is Andrew Farrer, urging Fennick to give him a quick play of the ball, but it was a very slow play of the ball. And here's Paul Dunn now, wrestled to the ground by still an enthusiastic Queensland defence from Vaughton and Bella. Hasler scurries away, unable to make much ground, however. He's 20 metres in from touch as it comes away for Fennick. Fennick looking for a runner and then having to take it up himself. This is the last tackle coming up for the Blues. Ball being played by Fennick. Miller from dummy half gets the kick in. It's a high ball. Daly going through. Farrer goes through. And there's a chance here for New South Wales, but the ball bounces back fortuitously to Belcher. And Belcher's tackled on his own 22. Well, it was a real chance, but the ball bounced Queensland's way most definitely on that occasion. The swing of the pendulum is certainly not going New South Wales' way. A penalty to Queensland. Penalty to Queensland against the tacklers, not getting off the man in possession. Lewis to kick for touch. His team sailing along 18 points to nil in front.
Warren Ryan, the last time we won a series was in 1986. We won 3-0, but the last time we won here at Lane Park was the first match of 87. And this Queensland side's been set for so long. Is it our mistake to keep switching sides, switching players?
Well, you can see the philosophy of switching players. The ones we had weren't doing the job, but I just think they've gone via Burke to get a result with this side.
Queensland now working play back to that danger area, that danger zone as we call it, the 22. It comes out to Langer, then on to Lewis, a run around with Langer. They flick it back for Belcher. Belcher stepping around, manages to get it away to Staines. Then it gets out to Gene Miles. Now they start to wind up with Martin Bella. Inside is Hancock. He's back slammed down though, but maintains possession. Good run, good play from Queensland. Now they're in the 22 with Lewis. Lewis flicks one back out for Belcher. He flicks it back to Lewis again. He's handled twice. Lewis winds up. They rev him up. He's still gets away. The handball pass to it again. Oh, they've done it again. This time Melbourne goes in. Lewis handled twice. Miles got the basket. Full pass up. They're doing the high five. They're doing the boogie because they've gone in again. Well,
Darryl, that was almost contemptuous the way they contrived that try. There was just an air of such superiority about what they did there.
well, look at this. Lewis got it away. It came back from Belcher to Lewis again. Now it's Gene Miles here. Watch this, because Gene Miles, he's famous for that little over-the-top pass. Gets it on the Meninga, slams it down for 4. There it goes. But it's waved away this time, so the score remains Queensland 22, leading New South Wales 0.
We're just trying to imagine the reshuffle of this New South Wales side. Alexander, I thought he may have gone to half and Hasler to lock. Eddinghausen into the centres. We'll just check that as we go through the commentary, as we find Lazarus playing the ball. And it's Hasler getting away from dummy half. He gave the ball to Dunn. It seemed a satisfactory pass. He put it down, and it's Queensland now as the ball goes from Curry away now to Hancock. Hancock came back and around. No Shepherd, said the referee. Vaughton is pulled down about 18 metres out from the New South Wales line. Queensland 22, 4 tries to 0, 22 to 0. And it's gone away now for Linda, coming across the 22, crabbing across, but now he straightens. Linda goes for the line, gets a pass away, and big Mel Meninga goes in for the double. Meninga scores. There was just that little bit of doubt about that final pass from Bob Linda. The crowd hesitated with their applause. The referee a little stammer before he gave the award. And then a try for Mel Meninga. Mel Meninga, 24 metres out, 12 metres in, gets it away, but it's no goal. Queensland continue this rout of New South Wales, 26 points to 0. The tap to be taken by Walters. He was in Disneyland just prior to half-time. I didn't know that he'd come back, but apparently they've given him the magic sponge, and here he is back doing a fine job. And it's there at dummy half that good football starts. I've always believed that. And here's Walters making a good contribution, going ahead now to Miles, and Miles just tucking himself into the field of play. He plays it back for Staines at dummy half. 6 more tackles. So New South Wales has found another way to build pressure on themselves. Lewis to play it, 18 metres out, and this is the first tackle. Playing it back for Walters. New South Wales have missed a total of 14 tackles now. Bella to play it on the second. They're 12 metres out, right in front of the uprights. Langer, across on the run around with Vorton. Then a dummy. Picks up a runner, a flat runner. It was Curry. Curry for Hancock. Hancock held by Ettinghausen over there, together with Terry Lamb. Langer's gone to dummy half. What will he do here? He simply passes for Meninga, who brushes away Hasler, then gets a one-handed pass out. There was a touch there. The referee didn't see it. Miles is heading for the corner. Bobby Linder's going in. He gets among the spoils. Bob Linder scores. Very generous pass by Gene Miles. Queensland 30, New South Wales 0. Why wouldn't they be smiling? And why wouldn't these boys be looking totally forlorn? The biggest winning margin in a state of origin prior to tonight was a 43-22 win at Lang Park in Game 3 in 1983. The kick, it's hit the upright and gone through. A further 2 points to the Queensland tally.
This is Dan Staines. And wasn't he excited when we spoke to him last night about his first State of Origin match?
Certainly was. He was quite ecstatic. Here's a quick change in play, and Terry Lamb's come up with the football.
Okay. Greg Alexander comes out for Dunn. Dunn looked to get it back to Fennick, but he couldn't. Staines all over him. Fennick now, they're inside with Gary Jack swiveling, turning. Can't unload, thump down. Fennick gives him a pat, says, let's go. Alexander onto Lamb. Lamb out of Lewis's tackle. Can't get out of Curry's, though. Alexander now goes from dummy half. He gets it to Lazarus. The big bloke winds up. But they're going nowhere at the moment. They're back where they started 2 tackles ago. Now here's Miller with a little double kick. Maybe a chance. Oh! Try! Try to Ettinghausen.
Yeah, a bit of combination from Cronulla club there. Ettinghausen read that pretty well. He read Miller's left foot and stayed onside, fortunately. The way our luck's been running, it's a wonder we weren't a foot or so offside.
Daly. Not a difficult angle, this one. But he missed one in the early minutes of play from a similar angle. But this time he gets success. So now Queensland leading New South Wales 32 points to 6. Jack Gibson with the little hat on up the back of the stand, not looking very pleased at all. Ellery Hanley, a lot has happened over your side of the ground tonight.
Yeah, you know, I think the forwards of the Queensland side have laid the platform, and they've run well and they've tackled well. I think Staines had a tremendous game. I think that's where the game's been won, to be quite honest. You know, they've played an all-round great game of Queensland, but I certainly think they've won it in the forwards tonight.
This man in particular, Martin Bella's had a big one.
Martin Bella, he's played tremendous. He's took the ball up probably 2 out of every 6 tackles, and as I said, Staines hasn't been very far behind him. His tackling's been absolutely solid, and once again, you know, once you get a great platform like that, you don't.
There's a big run from Meninga. He's palmed him off. Meninga flicks one back inside. It's taken by Belcher. Belcher unloads. Over it goes, the top again, and they still pick it up. This is Hancock trying to get to the corner. Well, wait for that one. Try. Oh, they've caught it again. And the Queensland crowd, let me tell you, have gone absolutely mad.
That's a great lead-up work. That was a terrific run around that cut Meninga into the clear. He's brushed Lamb away, and he's thrown a magnificent infield pass, which was well held by Belcher. He's got Mick Hagan coming up. If anyone can trick him, Mick can. Little pirouette, hook shot. Didn't go in the net, but Gary Jack dunked it right up for Queensland. And there's the try in the corner.
Walters eventually pulled down by a very tired-looking Gavin Miller. Langer puts the big kick in across the ground down to Ferguson, and that puts the ball onside. But he's ruled that the ball has been knocked on by Ferguson. The full-time siren sounds in the background. It's all over. Queensland absolutely annihilating New South Wales in the opening State of Origin match for 1989 by 36 points to 6.
Out they come, the State of Origin champions, there's no doubt about that. Wally Lewis, have a lesson to the crowd, booing Wally. Blue faces, blue jumpers, and it's the maroon jumpers that they wear so proudly and have really dominated this series since 1980. They've won it in 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 87, 88, and of course in 86. So a marvellous record from Queensland. They're out.
Here's the New South Wales team coming up. Gary Jack at fullback, Ferguson on one wing, Ettinghausen, Daly the centres, Johns on the other flank, Mortimer and Alexander the Penrith halves, Clyde at lock, Maguire and Miller second row, Kelly Dunn front row, Fennick as the hooker, and the coach is Jack Gibson.
Queensland side, Belcher, McIndoe, Curry. Mal Meninga had such a superb game at Lang Park. Michael Hancock, Wally Lewis, the captain, Alan Langer, Bob Linda, Miles Morton, Bacco, Wallace and Bella. Of course, the coaches, Arthur Beecham.
So rugby league fans, wherever you're watching us, fasten your seatbelts. Bring your seats to the upright position as we take off for episode 2 in Mission Impossible. The second State of Origin for 1989 is about to get underway. 19 years of age, Laurie Daly from the Canberra club, about to get us going. Big kicker of the ball. He didn't let me down. 45 metres, and a bad mistake by Bobby Linda. In fact, the same player, I do believe, made a similar mistake in the early minutes of the match at Lang Park. So Queensland now, with the ball about 10 metres, 12 metres out from their own line, losing the ball. And it's going to be a scrum. It'll be a New South Wales feed, New South Wales loose head, and a golden opportunity in the first 60 seconds. Alexander coming around to service the scrum. Ball was lost by Alan McIndoe. New South Wales win it. Mortimer, a misunderstanding there with his centre Daly. As it comes away to the right, and this is Bradley Clyde now. 12 metres away from the Queensland line. And plenty of venom in those tackles, as Mario Fennick will testify. He faked the fall. It comes from Alexander and goes away for the front row forward, Peter Kelly, in the headgear, as is Bruce Maguire, the Balmain second rower. Gavin Miller across the ground. Clyde was taken heavily by Meninga. That was a bone crusher. That's the last, and up in the air goes the kick from Miller. But it's going, oh, it landed in the end goal. And Belcher forces the ball. Lewis is complaining. He's pointing over at the touch judge. Lewis is pointing frantically at the touch judge. But the referee has ruled a line dropout.
We'll put pressure on this referee, Wally. I hope this bloke's up to it.
The kick by Lewis. 50 metres exactly to the Balmain fullback, Gary Jack. Current Australian fullback. Playing this match not only for the Blues, but playing to keep that green and gold jumper. Mario Fennick has tackled 25 metres out, right in the centre of the Sydney Football Stadium. Alexander, this is Miller, cuts out a ball, a player, goes to Daly. Daly up to the 22, pulled down and tackled by Big Gene Miles. Played back to Miller, a scamper out from dummy half. This is Alexander, away from Fennick, and going hard up the middle was Maguire. They're only about 20 metres out. They're in the middle of the park. Fennick turns it to Kelly. Kelly's tackled. 10 metres out on tackle number 5. Peter Kelly, the Penrith prop, plays the ball back to Alexander. The grubber kick ahead, fielded nicely by Hancock. And he seemed to get some obstruction in goal. And he's making a long run. 45 metres later, he's grounded by Gary Jack, but he did seem to get obstruction in the in goal.
Could have possibly been a little obstruction there, but he's a great stepper. That was a tremendous right foot step to get him clear over that in-goal area.
Gerard Walters goes into dummy half as Queensland get a feel of the leather. After they squandered it in the early seconds of the game, they really haven't seen it since. And here they are now, 10 metres into New South Wales' area, played by Backo. It's gone to Lang, and now Lewis. A long ball out for Bobby Linda. Linda with a 22. Infield for Langer. Outfield for Belcher. Belcher at Hancock. It's a try. It's a try for Queensland. Scored by the 19-year-old Michael Hancock. 5 minutes into the game, and Queensland leading by 4 points to 0. Mal Meninga with the attempted conversion from about 25 metres out. He scored 125 points in Origin football. He's played 17 Origin matches and has amassed 125 points. 28 years of age. Promotions and marketing is his profession for the Raiders and for Woodgers, their sponsors. There's the kick. Looked okay. Has it got the length? Oh, Telemann, it has. It's a great kick. A superb kick by Meninga. Queensland 6, New South Wales 0.
Yes, they're finding it hard to get through this Queensland defence. Bradley Clyde did a good bit of work just a while ago. He took a couple with him and got a good pass away, but we put it to ground. So they've got to keep hammering away, though. The Queenslanders are very organised.
Kelly with one to Miller. Nice ball. Miller taken, though. Comes back for Fennick. Onto Alexander. Puts a high ball up, and there's plenty of chasers coming through. Underneath it is... A great kick from Alexander. Watch this. Towering punt, gets plenty of air, and all the chasers come through. Belcher underneath, takes it up, he goes. Loose ball, Daly sprints up and says, thank you, I'll take the 4. Greg Alexander's just going to take this kick because Laurie Daly's obviously sacked himself, and Alexander gets it. So, we've got a ball game again, 6 apiece.
This game's really in the balance right now.
Loose ball from New South Wales. Dunn gets it. He gets it out to Daly. And there's... Oh, look at Johns on the ball. Came onto the ball very hard. Oh, some big defence brought him down. Lewis wraps him up and holds him. Alexander comes out from Bradley Clyde.
There's a try on here if they know how to do it.
They can go now. Back they go to Ettinghausen. He's right in front. He puts the ball in the air. Up they go. New South Wales ball. No. Well, a bit of push and shove for the ball. We'll see who's got it. Queensland.
Gene Miles coming away for the Maroons. Some pressure for them, which they withstood, but it was only a smidgen, really, compared with the defence that New South Wales were called upon to show at the other end of the park just a few minutes back. Ball played back to Gerard Walters, and this is Bella working on a very narrow blind. 6 points all is the score. I hope you're enjoying this Channel 9 Network Sports Special, going internationally through New Zealand and, of course, to Papua New Guinea. Away now from Walters to Lewis. Lewis decides to go himself, stands in the second tackle, gets it away to Hagan, onto Belcher. Belcher gives it onto McIndoe. McIndoe to Shearer. Shearer to Hagan. Hagan to Walters. Walters goes to the 22. He's going to score. It's a Maroon try. Yes! Walters! Gerard Walters scores after Wally Lewis. After Lewis had handled, he was the chief inspirer of this try. That was Hagan, and this little man, Gerard Walters. He must be really pressing for the green and gold, number 9. He goes in to score under the crossbar, again for Warren Ryan.
Yes, and I think Daly's done a hamstring in this event. He couldn't get with Walters here, and I think he's done a hamstring. Gary Jack, a bad miss there on Walters, but he was trying to mark 2 men, and I think Daly's in the background there, you'll see, I think he's pulled up lame.
And Gary Belcher has taken over the goal-kicking duties from an injured Mal Meninga. Belcher adds the 2 points. So Queensland lead New South Wales now by 12 points to 6.
Well, some strange rulings here tonight, no doubt about that, but New South Wales with a chance now to come back. The score, we remind you, 12 points to 6. Queensland leading at the moment. There's centre field inside their 22. Mortimer going hard and fast, but this defence of Backo.
And all this pressure's come from us not winning our own feed up the other end of the field. That's why we're where we are.
That's Gary Coyne on. Hancock is off. Coyne is on in 17. We'll look at the reshuffled side for you. That's Coyne you can see there now in the tackle with the headband on in number 17.
Linda's got big troubles too, Darryl. Bad ankle.
Yeah, there's been a lot of injuries in this game. It's been played at an amazing pace, but here's Wally Lewis with a stolen ball now. Lewis makes his way upfield. He's got some pace. Lewis, can he go all the way? Still going. He does so. Wally Lewis has gone in, and look at this. Wow. We've said it before. This fellow is so incredibly strong. He doesn't look like he has the pace, but boy, oh boy, he just powered his way through the line there. Watch this again. Well, it comes out of this tackle, a spilled ball. Lewis gets it. Now watch this. He has a look. Raking run, splits the Blues defence. He doesn't look fast enough. He leaves Daly behind, pushes off Gary Jack, who goes over the line with him and scores the try and does the boogie. In the air, coming back, waved away, score remains. Queensland 16, New South Wales 6.
15 metres out from the Queensland line, and there's a couple of Queenslanders walking wounded. Linda's got an ankle problem. Curry's not all that well. John's across the park. This is Cartwright now.
It was a great run by Cartwright before, and he got that ball away too.
Fennick, only 2 metres away from the Queensland line. Can New South Wales get back into the game? Alexander's about 3 blades of grass out from the line. That's how close he is. Miller, dummy half, away to Hasler. Hasler trying to get the ball away, but can't. Pulled down by Hagan and Linda. Good defence. Fennick again. The ball back for Alexander. Now to Cartwright. Cartwright stands. He picks up Chris Johns. Johns has scored, and New South Wales are back in the ball game. 16 points to 10 in favour of the Maroons. Very good work by John Cartwright. He had a shaky start when he got out there. He put one down, but here he is, fending with the left hand, standing and getting it back to Johns, who's had a strong game on that flank for New South Wales. And 16 to 10, and a fairly simple kick, really, for Greg Alexander.
Rather interesting to see Johns where he was there. He sniffed out a try. He's in the middle of the field, and good luck to him. But it was a good effort by Cartwright too. And the run prior to that gave us the break that got us there was initiated by Cartwright. So he's had a drop ball, but some good stuff in attack since he's been on there.
Alexander, 10 metres out. On just a slight angle. Ball in the upright position. He's got it. Got away a little bit. But it's 2 more points to New South Wales. Queensland 16. New South Wales 12. 32 seconds of time remaining. It would need a miracle now. Back to Jack. This is Alexander. He gets the pass away. It's loose on the ground. It's been taken in by Queensland's Gene Miles, and they could even score a try themselves.
Well, that's the price of desperation. They've tried for the miracle spread of the ball, and execution was a bit shoddy, and it's all over now.
So just the last 6 seconds of the match to go. Sam Backo plays the ball. It's gone away to Wally Lewis. Lewis taken over the touchline. The siren sounds in the background. Referee Manson says thank you very much, there'll be no more. Queensland winning the second state of origin, 16 points to 12, having won the first state of origin 36 to 6. And the big scoreboard here at the Sydney Football Stadium says, congratulations Queensland, you're a great football side. And that's the show of sportsmanship that I think, well, sport generally requires. But under the current climate that we've had in rugby league in the last 7 days, that's the only thing you can say. You are a very, very good football side, Queensland. Wally Lewis tonight played his 25th State of Origin match. Only 26 have been played, and they're looking as though they're going to hold Wally Lewis aloft as Queensland take the 1989 series of State of Origin matches, 87, 88 and 89. I think one of the incredible things about State of Origin football is even if the series is wrapped up by Queensland, every match is played right down to the wire and with a grand final atmosphere. And that's apparent here tonight, Warren.
Well, there's no lacking of intensity, and we knew that. We knew it when it was a sellout.
Wally Lewis gets set to get the match underway, the third and final series of the 1989 Winfield State of Origin. Referee Greg McCallum blows time on. Lewis puts the ball in the air. And New South Wales set out on this mission impossible through Alexander. Bustled up by Shearer straight away. Shearer wearing 14. Back for O'Connor. He goes from dummy half there, but quickly the Queensland defence comes and meets him. David Trewella is dummy half. Up for Kelly. Kelly back to Trewella. Making not a lot of ground so far, New South Wales. Geyer brings it up with a hard, straight run. They're back where they started from now, though. Look at this defence comes in the maroon jumpers. The Queensland defence thumps them down. New South Wales still in their own half. Out goes the clearing kick. Belcher perfectly positioned underneath it, though. He brings it back almost to the 22, but they drag him back through Hasler. Very aggressive, Des Hasler, already in this match. And Queensland bring it up now through Hancock. This is Bella, hit pretty hard by Mackay, the new face, the St George player who was a St George junior, played with the Brighton Seagulls, playing for New South Wales tonight. Kieran Wallace, little break from Kieran Wallace, tells he's over the halfway, they come back, can he outrun this one? Oh, this is going to be a great start from Queensland, over they go, and by Ari, Alan McIndoe scores for Queensland in the first 60 seconds of this match. Well, Kieran Wallace busted him up, threw a beautiful pass, and McIndoe had the pace to go on with it. What a fantastic start from Queensland. Boy, oh boy, watch this. Now, Kieran Wallace makes this little break here. They start to chase him. Johnston can't get him. He throws a beautiful pass out for McIndoe. McIndoe just strides out. O'Connor had to turn around to come and try and get him. Alexander, all he could do was cut him off.
Well, I think the beauty was in the catching of the pass here, Darryl. If you watch this, it's been hauled in with a one-handed, with the left hand by the winger, and tremendous effort. Now, under normal circumstances, that could have been put down, but it wasn't. It was a brilliant opening with a great break by their hooker.
It's set, not an easy angle. Ball's in the air, certainly got the legs, but waved away, so the score remains Queensland 4, leading New South Wales 0. This time it goes to Ferguson. Ferguson just can't get through defence. There are three players waiting for him. And there's a real big hoof of a ball from Kelly. And the front row has put not a bad placed ball, but it's coming out Queensland's way, but the referees pulled it up. Well, it wasn't a bad punt.
It went high, it came down with ice on it. No one was interested in it, though, and that was marginal. I don't know whether that ball actually went forward, but
Wally having a bit to say about that, which
Wally,
he will do.
Wally didn't think so either.
He will talk all night on any decision like that. Okay, Blues ball inside the 22. Have they got a chance? Oh, there's a little break, and yes! Oh, beautiful stuff, Alexander and Hasler. Oh, Alexander made the break. A little short ball to Hasler, and he was over right beside the post. Well, that happened so quickly. Boy, oh boy. That's what the Blues needed. Watch this. Alexander, the lovely ball for Hasler, and bang, only Dan Staines was there.
The beauty of electrifying speed. Look at Alexander off the base of the scrum. He really stretches Vorton. Vorton's done his job, but Hasler also very quick has come inside him and picked up the try. Well, a great combined effort there, Darryl. Great effort by both of them. Hasler left it until the last second to cut inside him when he had Vorton stretched to the limit.
Waiting for the kick, Ray, very quickly. I thought Hasler and Alexander played together, but you were talking to them today, and that's not the case.
No, they hadn't.
Here's the kick. Wait for the kick. Yes, successful. So
New South Wales leading Queensland by 6 points to 4. A try and a goal to the Blues against a try for Queensland. And Des Hasler playing the ball back to Greg Alexander, who kicks to clear midway between 22 and halfway, his own end of the ground. Belcher's there to field it. Nicely positioned as the Queensland fullback. He's held there and pulled down by Chris Johns and is about to play the ball back to young Michael Hancock, who I personally would have on the plane to New Zealand without any qualms at all. I think he's a certainty. He's very fleet of foot, and he's a very good footballer, as he exhibited right there. 10 metres in the New South Wales area. Hagan gets a ball around the back to the second man, which is Lewis, who puts it down. Miller can't handle. It's recovered by Queensland. He'll play the first knock on, and the scrum will go down 15 metres on New South Wales side of halfway. Yes, getting back to the question that Darryl put to me about Hasler and Alexander. Alexander came from Fairfield Patrician to Penrith when Hasler went to Manly. Ironically, they went to the same school, St Dominic's at Penrith, and Alexander was ball boy when Hasler was leading the top side at St Dominic's. So they've never actually played rugby league together prior to, of course, rubbing shoulders in State of Origin. The ball now is about 2 or 5 metres on the New South Wales side of halfway, and that's Michael O'Connor over there who's going to play it, with New South Wales leading by 6 points to 4, and Kelly takes it up. He's met, though, by a very keen Queensland defence. These big men, they work together. They work non-stop, Bella and Bacco. Miller switches from the open to the blind, and he was looking for runners. Then he took what looked to be a shade high, the tackle from Miles. But I did see Miles take a high one himself earlier on. The referee said nothing. Queensland get the football. Miles is the man tackled. Truella's doing a very good job for New South Wales. He was in that tackle with Hasler, who also is going very well. It's gone out to Michael Hagan. He puts the ball in behind him. Here comes Dale Shearer. Shearer, he gets rid of Ferguson. He gets the ball down. Oh, that's a great play from a young man who has been occupying the rugby league headlines for the last 7 or 8 days. Rowdy Shearer scores the try. The enigma of rugby league, as he's called by some. But that was simply a case of Dale Shearer versus Johnny Ferguson. Ferguson got a mongrel of a bounce, but Shearer, he followed this kick. He was onside, no question in my mind, and he went through showing that lightning speed of his. He gave a little bit of a shove there to Ferguson, keeping in mind 2 players going for a football. They can jostle shoulder to shoulder. Whether or not he pushed him in the back, Warren Ryan might have a different view.
Yeah, but the significant thing there, Ray, is that it came straight after a turnover of possession, and of course we were in an attacking formation. We had nobody home, no fullback, no Greg Alexander, and we were threadbare.
And that's his 44th point in Origin football. Here's his kick, getting away, no goal, and Queensland recapture the lead, 2 tries to 1.
And this kick finds touch almost at the 22. So the Blues with a chance, trailing by 2, 8-6 the score. Queensland leading. Hasler, set move this time for Ferguson. He tries to duck under, but he can't. But he's inside the 22 now. Hasler a dummy half. Goes out to Mackay. Dancing little run from Mackay, still going. Oh, if he can get the bounce away. Yes, he does. Thank you. Oh, that was a lovely ball. By gee, that was a good ball, let me tell you. And it was the Eastern Suburbs player, David Truella, who came off that ball, and that was good play from Mackay. He just busted them, kept it going, drew them to him, finally got a great ball out for David Truella. Watch this. Gets under the defence there. Still goes. Now this is the good ball. Bang. Truella too strong from there and runs it round under the post. Good try. Okay, Michael O'Connor. 10 points to 8, New South Wales. There it goes. Yes, sir. So the scoreline now, New South Wales 12, leading Queensland 8.
And we've got one hell of a ball game here. Gavin Miller losing his footing there. And it's gone away to the left for Alexander to kick ahead. He's got him behind Lewis. He tries to put it on the foot again. But that should have been a penalty there to Queensland. Dale Shearer, to my way of thinking, was held off the football. Referee McCallum is going to play the knock-on. Wally's not happy, and I'm going to say I can understand thoroughly why, because Rowdy Shearer was held off the football and wasn't given any opportunity of diving on the loose one. New South Wales win the scrum after they had the feed. It's out through 3 sets of hands, and it's Brian Johnston who's held. just outside the 22. Lewis was one of the tacklers. Hasler comes away from dummy half. Just a little bit of space if they can get out a little bit wide from dummy half. Now Mackay with that good turn of speed. He's about 15 metres away from the Queensland line. We've got about 8 minutes of the first half remaining. Alexander calling runners off him. He picks up Geyer out very wide. Penrith half back to Penrith forward. Geyer read the play well. Truella's a dummy half. This is Miller. Miller gets the kick in. Here's a try. No, he's ruled. He's ruled in front of the kick out. He's ruled O'Connor offside. I think it was a good ruling by the referee, which mightn't endear me to New South Wales viewers, but you've got to call it as you see it. And I think Greg McCallum was beautifully positioned to rule. Watch it again. Miller gets the left-footed kick in, and O'Connor, he couldn't have been there as quickly as that unless he was about a metre offside.
Up it comes for Geyer. Geez, a big fella, this Geyer, isn't he? Awkward to tackle.
Yeah, he's very strong there. A bit of confusion there. He was a bit slow onto that ball when he ran onto that one. There's a better run.
And how strong is that fellow, Peter Kelly? Boy, oh boy, that was a good run. He just head down and barged his way up. Here's Alexander, and a half gap for Alexander there. Ball out for Geyer. They can catch inside for Hassan and pull it up again. Well, New South Wales not having the best of luck. They're throwing it around. They're showing us the skills.
Though the series is wrapped up, they still play the final match at a terrific intensity. Miller trying to get the ball away to a runner in the shape of Jimmy Jack, but Jack has pulled down without the football. Away now to Alexander. There's the halftime siren. He got a ball to Hasler. Hasler to the 22. It got touched in flight. It'll come back with Queensland kicking it over the touchline. That'll be the end of the first half, I would imagine. It is, with New South Wales leading Queensland at halftime. That was the halftime scoreline played by Hancock. They're back on their own 22. Bella has taken top and bottom. Up the top was Kelly. Underneath was Miller. Played back for Walters to feed out to the right for Staines. He's built close to the ground, Dan Staines, but he's all muscle. He's built like a rock. He looks a bit like Jack Palance. And this is Miles now, midway between the 22 and the halfway. And he's right in the centre of Lang Park. As Walters sees the opening, he goes through it again, the little fellow. He's a good little player. He's inside the 32. Now he finds Gino. He gets it away, and it's gone from Curry up to Hancock. Hancock has scored a sensational try. That's one of the best I've seen during the 1989 series. Oh, great try.
Well, here goes Waters, another one. They were asleep at marker. I must say Mackay, I think, was at fault. He went to sleep at marker there. And he's doing brilliantly here, the Queensland hooker. He holds it up, gets it to the big fella with one of his basketball passes. And Curry's brilliant. He's read that. And he's come down and put a 2-on-1 on our last defender and sent Hancock in the corner. Brilliant by Curry to finish it with Hancock.
Here he is from a very wide angle, 25 metres out. Looks okay. Tell a man it's okay. That's a superb kick. Queensland 14, New South Wales 12.
Right hard Kelly. He's taken the ball up all night tonight. David Truella has scored a try for the Blues. Oh, look at that. That pass just rolled away. Gary Jack had to take it. He gets a kick away. Shearer takes it. And Queensland back on the attack. The New South Wales then just let that ball go through 4 people.
Yeah, I think Alexander's got to take a bigger hand in the running of things. We look very fluent when he's running the show, but he has little rests and sort of lets other people do it. He's got to be more dominant though, because he is brilliant, and we'll look at much smoother side when Alexander's running the show.
Certainly agree with that. He and Hasler tonight have combined well. Right, Queensland with the ball. Here's Lewis. Lewis gets it out for Belcher. Belcher gets a little bit of pace up, gets the ball away too. Slips on, good pass out here. Hagan it is. Hagan taken deep inside the 22. Queensland on the attack. That's McIndoe. He gets it out to Shearer. Shearer on to Lewis. Turns it back for McIndoe again. 12 metres out, 13 metres out, Queensland. Final tackle. Watch for the kick. Where's Wally? There he is. Can he get it in? Gets a little grubber in. They chase it. Gary Jack takes it. Gary Jack put the ball on. I tell you what, that is a Queensland try. Well, unbelievable.
No, most uncharacteristic. I feel for Gary there. He's played well, he's played strongly, and there's a little knock on, fumble,
Oh, boy, there's a mess there.
He only had to dive on them.
What a game.
He had to do.
What a game Walters is having, too.
Jared Walters, the try scorer. Lewis screaming out instructions from the sideline as they tape him up. Here's the kick from Shearer. Look at this. Oh, it's a magnificent kick from Shearer on the sideline, straight over. Oh, Dale Shearer with a beauty. And this crowd just lapping this up. Out it comes to the Blues. They're nice and deep. Can they do something with it if they do it quickly now? Here's Brian Johnston. Gets out of one. Gets out of two. Still going. Strong run from him. Gets it on to Johns. Johns streams back. He gets a ball away to Madison. Madison opens up. He gets a good ball away. And here's Ferguson with a chance now. Ferguson heading for the line now. Good defense of Queensland. And they take him over the touchline. Well, this is going from one end of the park to the other.
And the ball to be played back to Terry Madison. Madison calls for Kelly. Kelly says thank you. Takes it up. Battering ram that he is. Brad Mackay gets it away, and it's come on through David Truella and Alexander, and Hasler's with it now. Loses the ball. Knocked on by Walters. No. His Wilder came off the foot. Oh, he's made a blunder there, McCallum. But it's Vaughton now, pulled down for Queensland. About 7 metres into New South Wales area. The Maroons leading by 20-12. Long pass by Miles. It went 20 metres. Out to Belcher to Curry. Now to Shearer. Here's Hancock. Hancock. Oh, the flying machine. Every time he gets the ball, the crowd goes up, and then they subside as it comes away to Hagan. Hagan throws a dummy outside, picks up Rowdy Shearer, 6 more tackles. That was knocked down by New South Wales. He hasn't called it. It's come to Dan Staines. He didn't nullify the tackle count, and I'm almost certain it was touched by a blue. It's with Shearer now. He brushes away Hasler, gets the pass out for Bella. Bella comes on an angle, shrugs off Hasler, gets it away. Vaughton on to Hagan. Hagan away now for Belcher. Belcher! Belcher! Oh, what a try! What a rugby league try! How many sets of hands? I was getting tired calling it. How many sets of hands? It was like a never-ending story. Here it is, 1-2. This is the second man to handle the ball. Now Shearer gets it away for 3. He gets rid of Hasler there, 4. Away it goes to 5. On it goes to 6. Well, there you go. See, I thought it went through a hell of a lot more hands than that, but that wasn't the case. Belcher scores for Queensland.
Just that they had the ball for a long time, Ray.
Oh, I think that's where I've got confused. There wasn't as many people involved in the script as it did appear, but they kept the ball alive for such a long period of time. Dale Shearer has kicked 2 from 4, and Gary Belcher has scored his 3rd Origin try. As Shearer converts, it's Queensland 26, New South Wales 12 from Lang Park.
Bill Blake and John Cartwright, there they are there. Bill Blake, John Cartwright to come on in 16 and 17. A lot of people have waited for Blake to play State of Origin football, but by gee, Hasler's gone well tonight.
I'm just wondering who'll come off for Blake, because I think Alexander and Hasler deserve to stay there. They've been a real hope of the side, the halves tonight.
I totally agree. I just said that. Oh, here's another break. A pass off Hagan on the Miles. Turns it back inside to Kieran Wallace. He gets it on to Lewis. Lewis handballs one over. They're in again. This time it's Cohen. Well, what did we say? They just sailed around. There's someone there every time to take the pass, and they just scored magic tries. This is a champion team, and I don't care if the New South Wales viewers don't agree with me on that. This is a champion side you're watching.
Well, here we go. Michael Hagan, a little dummy. A kick again, in behind them, a one-hander off to the big fella. Watch what he does with it. He doesn't make any mistakes. He unselfishly draws the defence, gives it to the hooker. There's Wally, picking up his winger. Oh, it's a centre. Curry, picks Curry up.
So we have the line drop out to be taken now by Alexander. Still Kevin Walters on the sideline, so he hasn't made his replacement. Jackson comes back now from the line drop out, and a good run. He makes an incision, takes play 25 out from the Blues line. Backo goes inside the quarter. He's pulled down 20 metres out. They've really played some razzle-dazzle stuff here tonight, the Queenslanders, as Coyne comes to an abrupt ending. 10 metres away from the New South Wales line still. The breeze with Queensland's second half. Lewis playing with one arm or one shoulder, or maybe one of each, I'm not sure. He's got two injuries, I feel, a shoulder and an arm, and a run around with Lewis and Shearer. Shut the gate! Shut the gate! The horse has bolted, and he almost ran over the dead ball line.
That was too easy, Ray.
Oh, ridiculously easy, Warren.
Lewis and Shearer together there just made that look so easy.
Well, what about Lewis? Look at Big Arthur. He's really pumped up, and why wouldn't he be a proud man? But there he is, one of the real ornaments of Queensland Rugby League, and it's befitting that he be at the helm tonight to witness this historic performance. And when I say that, we're watching a man with certainly a major deficiency, Wally Lewis, still out there competing with the best players in the world.
Alan Wilson missed his opportunity to come in on Shearer there. You can watch this again. Wally doesn't do all that much, but what he does is beautiful. And Alan Wilson's missed the boat altogether there. He could have killed that off.
So Dale Shearer goes in to score yet another try. What a match he's having tonight, Dale Shearer. What a happy Wally Lewis. Now, has Kevin Walters made his replacement at this stage? Yes, he's come on. Lewis has gone off the field. He's heading from the field. The man rated as the greatest footballer ever by men who know the game much better than I, and I'm not prepared to disagree with them. I've seen some good ones. Lewis is way up there with the best of them. The goal has been kicked by Dale Shearer. Queensland leading 36-12. The ball being played now by McIndoe. I think both their wingers have got to be in the side, both of their centres. Here's the crowd counting down the final seconds of the 1989 series, won by Queensland 3-0, and taking out this match tonight. They white-lost us in '88. When I say us, of course, no secret that we come from New South, the commentary team. It's all over. A magnificent victory, memorable moment in rugby league. Queensland 36, New South Wales 16.
1990 was a landmark year for league, with the second State of Origin match staged in Melbourne before a crowd of 26,000. New South Wales made it 2-0 in the series after posting an 8-0 win at the Sydney Football Stadium on May the 9th. The third match went Queensland's way at Lang Park, the final score 14 points to 10. Now, we commenced 1990's State of Origin highlights at the Sydney Football Stadium for the first encounter, played before a record crowd of 41,235.
Is about to hit the Sydney Football Stadium.
Benny Elias, listen to the crowd. The crowd just goes berserk as the Blues make their way onto the stadium. And those youngsters, that inexperience in the New South Wales side, the butterflies they'll be feeling right now. Queensland! Thornton, Meninga, Lindner, look at the experience in this Queensland side. Thornton about to hit the turf. You'll hear the boos. The crowd will tell their story. The crowd may be booing, but they have a lot of respect for this champion Queensland side. That man there, who's going to stop him? Talking of pressure, what pressure on this referee, David Manson.
So long for this to come to 10 Sports Action. Just about the main event of the Australian Rugby League calendar. Meninga. The nerves have got to be forgotten. David Manson. We're underway in the best of three series. New South Wales, Queensland. Look out for this to erupt right from the start, Roberts. They will be trying to make some big hits here, Queensland. Charging away, Clyde. Oh, good step from Clyde. It opened up the middle just for a moment. Coming away for Roach. He will drag everybody.
beautiful work here from Benny Elias as he goes from dummy half, gets through the first tackle.
The scrum is 35 metres away from the Queensland line. Stewart defeated. Penalties have gone New South Wales way 3-1. Here's Daly. Eddinghausen across field, trying to link up with Wishart. McIndoe just did enough to stop him. Play just inside the Queensland half. Daly held by Linder. And Roberts probing blindside with Roach. Hagan underneath him. And the backs get a chance to work. No way through there for Michael O'Connor. Last tackle. Daly. Bounced off Fullerton Smith. It's been picked up by Bradley Clyde, who's got support from Elias. Elias pulled out. A metre or so from the line. Great pressure now for Queensland. It's the Blues. Golden opportunity for them. Clyde floats one out there for Eddinghausen, who jackals it. And his foot bubbled into touch. Oh, how close was that?
Well, I consider that a squandered try there. That was, I thought, a stupid pass to throw out there in that situation. They had the numbers there. Queensland had to move into position. They weren't in position.
Walford. 35 away from the Blues line. Fast and furious, but no score. Now Maguire. Back to Stewart. Now Daly. Daly very nearly got through. This time he got a pass to McGaw. McGaw in turn has given it away to Eddinghausen. Eddinghausen's linked up in Elias. Golden opportunity for the Blues. It's come back for Walford. Walford beat the Langer. Finally pulled in, got the pass amazing there. Try! What a great New South Wales try!
That is unbelievable. The handling was just incredible. Just incredible.
Sparkles were caught in from the start.
Well, he deserves it. He's been playing so well. Watch the Air New Zealand replay. This is magnificent stuff here. Daly starts it on the blind side there, gets it away to McGaw. McGaw, as he's falling, got a pass to Eddinghausen. Eddinghausen goes forward, and then he throws a long pass out to Benny Elias. Elias cuts back and gives a long pass out to Walford. Now, this is the part to watch. Watch it carefully. Walford, as he's tackled, just got the pass away before he hit the ground, and McGaw somehow, I don't know how, managed to go at top speed, pick it up in front of his feet, and go in and score a splendid New South Wales try. There's the Eddinghausen run. He's evaded a couple of tackles. He gets the pass away out there to Benny Elias. Little Benny's been in pretty near everything. And the long lobby pass out to Walford. Walford stepped Langer, went beautifully, and as he got the pass away, he got it away to McGaw, who scored a superb try. That is great.
And that's the score, 4-0 at the Sydney Football Stadium. Desperately trying to get out of trouble here. They really have to struggle to pull that football in. They're hemmed in their own quarter, the Maroons. Tigerish defence from the New South Wales forwards. Here's Bella. Looking to offload. Gets it away for Langer. Now back to Fullerton Smith. Better stuff from Queensland, but they've cocked it up again. Daly's picked it up for the Blues. Daly for the corner. Laurie Daly scores. No try. No try. The referee's called it back. Why? Why would he call it back? I agree with you, Laurie. Why?
Perhaps you mightn't have put it quite that way. Let's have a look at the Air New Zealand replay. Bella offloads nicely here to Langer. Langer goes to the right, to the left, gets it to Fullerton Smith. Fullerton Smith loses the ball, and he's alleging that the ball touched Daly on the shoulder and went forward. That's what the ruling is for. But I don't believe it was a knock-on. I don't say that as a New South Welshman. I say that as an objective viewer of the game. I thought the ball came off his shoulder.
New South Wales will still have possession. Queensland have thrown a lot at the Blues down the other end in the first 10 of the second half. Now New South Wales through Roberts. We're away again. Penalty to the Blues. goes on.
Tag team match. Wally Smith's just been pulled out by the belt round his knickers, backwards, out by Gillespie. It was quite a melee there for a few moments. I'm just amazed that a little bit more hasn't come of this sort of thing, hasn't come into the game, because it was very tense there for a while, and when teams tackle for long periods. Anyway, let's have a look at it again on the replay. There was number 10 coming in over the top, Staines, yes, and he laid one right into Roberts, and then the instigation of that, we've got more of it going on. There's Roberts now come up over the top. Benny Elias is in there too. I suggest that Benny's just trying to hold Fullerton Smith down. I don't think he's throwing any punches. There's a hell of a lot of people pulling other people away from the belly, and that's a good sign.
As we see a new ground record here, official attendance at the stadium, 41,235, and the Blues, the penalty. Manson signals his touch judges to come round. New South Wales would be happy with the cautions being handed out, because there was so much time being wasted. And this kick from O'Connor from right in front and short of the 22 will give them the opportunity to go 8 clear. One of the most important kicks O'Connor has ever had in State of Origin football. 1 from 2, that magnificent one that he curled from out wide to convert the try of Magore. Now he tries to make it 119 points in State of Origin football. It's there. They've got a great break on them now, New South Wales. 8-0. New South Wales after Queensland.
No change to that score. New South Wales still 8-0. Play centred around the halfway mark. There's been a couple of changes.
Jeff Turvey's gone onto the field at number 16. Ricky Stewart's got an early mark. I think a tremendous effort from him, and Jack Gibson had to be more than pleased.
I'm sure he wouldn't. Daly saw some daylight. The little kick over Belcher's head. Daly's winning the chase. Ebbinghausen's also there. E.T. has it. Tackle count restarts. Real trouble now for Queensland as the Blues surge ahead. Coyne, has he got the ball now? At least to Lazarus. Couldn't get it down. Head-on shot will show this one. There, New Zealand replay. There he is, held up in the end goal, and he cannot get the football down. This is going to be a terrific New South Wales victory. Now it comes for Coyne. Now Linder, who floats one way out, finally out for Kiss, who's got it back inside for Belcher. Belcher return found Staines. Staines got it away for Kevin Walters. Little knock on him there. That'll be it. They won't have time for a scrum. And for the first time in State of Origin history, the team hasn't scored as New South Wales win the first one. A tremendous performance from the Blues. Absolutely tremendous performance. Laurie Daly lifts his arm in salute. Benny Elias is in there. What a game he had. Mark Magore, another outstanding performer. There's been so many outstanding performers for both sides, and dedication to the cause of winning a State of Origin match, that really you could go through both sides and pick out a man of the match, but my own personal choice would have been between Magore and Elias. There it is, New South Wales, 8 points came from Magore, a try. O'Connor kicked a couple of goals, and for the first time, I think in State of Origin history, Queensland being kept pointless. So there it is, 8 points to 0. New South Wales have defeated Queensland.
Buy a ticket. They've been advertising in the Age newspaper here in Melbourne, offering to pay $100 as the Blues now make their way down to the tunnel. A chance to wrap up the series. Benny Elias about to hit the lights.
Benny walks on to the Olympic Park, and the New South Wales fans in the crowd are going crazy. And that says it all, doesn't it? And here comes the King, leading his side onto Olympic Park, down the tunnel. Listen to the applause that will come in the Blues now as Lewis hits the arena. A very solemn-looking Wally Lewis leads the Queenslanders on. Victorious King Wally. Well,
Gary Belcher.
Queenslanders argue about that.
First kiss. Dale Shearer.
Move over, Derby. King Wally is here.
Well, there's enormous pressure on Wally Lewis. Great player that he is. He's been out for a long while this season.
The Blues and the Maroons. Well, Greg McCallum whistles time on. Gary Belcher has the first touch of history of rugby league kicking off to the Blues. Eddinghausen, the fullback, slips as he comes to the defence. Queensland lost State of Origin 1 in the first 20-30 minutes in the forwards. He caused some damage, Bradley Clyde. And they're going to answer the call tonight. Maguire brings it away, wrapped up by Lindner. Stewart, a mile of time to get in his kick down to Belcher. The defence down there in big numbers. McGaw was onside, kicked it. Belcher thought he was offside. The ball nearly got away from Queensland. Belcher was amazed that McGaw was behind the kicker. Meninga involved from the start. The big man charges into the forwards. Jared Walters back tonight at dummy half. Lindner, Gillespie low. Bella, under an injury cloud earlier in the week with a groin strain. Walters pressure. Lewis got the pass from Walters and then still got his kick in and finds touch.
Well,
his first touch in 7 weeks.
Magnificent, absolutely magnificent. He was under intense pressure and got the kick in, and look, it finds touch. That's the first time he's touched the football in this match. Just unbelievable.
Now the Blues with Farah.
It is on. Lewis is involved with Roberts, also Roach. The spark has started between the King and the man they call the blocker from the Blues, who's bleeding from an eye cut. Touch judges in from both sides.
Now there's a penalty gone to New South Wales.
Roach looks to be the worse for wear, as New South Wales try and draw first blood in this match.
I think Wally Lewis drew first blood.
He did just that. Wishart, round the corner, hits it pretty sweetly. It gets 2 points. New South Wales take the lead here at Olympic Park. 2 points to 0, State of Origin 2.
Queensland really on the trot. Backo surges forward. Got the football away to Wallace. Wallace has given it across field to Bella. It's come back to Belcher, but the defence is outstanding. 10 metres away, Kiss from dummy half, pull down, desperation stuff around the shoulder. Last tackle signal against the Maroons as Lewis puts the bomb in the air. Pressure now as Eddinghausen goes up for it. It is loose. Oh, how close! Wishart just made it dead. Langer was about to swoop on it. And it's 2-0 to the Blues. Now, New South Wales, as Graham pointed out, really needed that spell. Down to halfway. And I think you'll find that Coyne has gone back to the headband as Meninga surges onto the football. Oh, what a run from the big man.
Well, that brought the crowd to their feet.
Brought me to my feet. Still moving it around with Staines, who's already been involved in one long run. It's been intercepted. Interception from Stewart. Ricky Stewart down the touchline. Has he got the pace to go on with it? He'll get there. He's in to score.
Absolutely magnificent. Here's the way the move came from ground level. Staines turned his back, got it back inside, or attempted to Belcher. Now, Stewart, this is a great moment in this young man's football career. This may well get him a kangaroo tour. Absolutely superb sprint. He's on the toe there, really looking over the shoulder to check out the opposition, and scores a magnificent intercept try.
Strikes it, and it's wide. So the Blues have a 6-0 lead over Queensland. So this scrum is about 10 metres from the Queensland line. Langer with the feed.
Lewis. He manages to get to the 10-metre mark. Terrific crowd here at Olympic Park. 25,800. Really is a great crowd who've enjoyed a really terrific game of football. There's Linder involved again with a pass to McIndoe that looked a little forward. McIndoe claps on the pace. Oh, he's just ankle tapped by Stewart. Still going. Gets almost to the quarter line. Linder in there at dummy half. Across for Walters. Now it's for Lewis. Now it's for Gilmister. Meninga is outside of him. The pass has gone astray. It's been knocked down. It's been picked up by Belcher. Out against the Kiss. And that's a try. That is a Queensland try. Oh, what terrific football from the Maroons. Les Kiss in to score right in the corner.
Well, there's the run I was looking for, this McIndoe run. Look at this, up the sideline, about 40 metres. Beautiful stuff. Really gets to his feet again, although he was appeared to me to be tackled, but he's certainly put down there. He gets to his feet. We've still got New South Welshmen coming back on side. Then the ball goes out along the line. Walters fires it out there to Wally Lewis. Lewis gives it away there to Gilmister. Gilmister gets a pass away that was knocked by a New South Welshman. And there it is, beautifully out to Les Kiss, and Kiss goes over and scores the try in the corner.
Now Fittler is on the sideline, and McGaw being assisted from the field. We'll watch Meninga's kick though from the sideline. Strikes it well. Goal! Great kick from Mal Meninga.
No one has left Olympic Park for this great match. Sheridan steps through. Unloads for Lazarus. Now there's a chance of field goal. Who's at home? The Blues lose it. Padley. Oh, what a time to give it. Langer says, not me. 25,800 at Olympic Park. Ride this one, as do everybody in New South Wales and Queensland. He's got it. They stretch it by one, the Blues. They stretch it by 2 to 8-6.
There can only be seconds remaining in this game. McIndoe to dummy half, to Lewis, to Langer. Langer nowhere to go. He's got it back for Karen Walters, who's running backwards to go forward. Now it's been intercepted by Brad Mackay. That's the State of Origin series gone. New South Wales wrap it up with Brad Mackay. An intercept try in his first State of Origin match. And he's wrapped up the series.
Yes, well, the Air New Zealand replay will show clearly that when you try to play touch football or instant pass football at the end of the game, catch up, things will go wrong. And this is what went wrong for Queensland. Out there it goes, the intended pass coming back inside from Kiss to Meninga was intercepted by Mackay, and he steals the ball and goes about from the quarter line to the goal line to score what was a pretty easy try. But that's the way it happens in rugby league. If you try to play catch-up football, things come unstuck. I just saw Keith Barnes, the manager of this New South Wales team, sitting there on the sideline looking rather pleased with himself. There he is.
2 from 2 for him. A beaten Maroon side. The result of the kick is academic. And it's wide in any case. But it's 12 to 6. There is the siren. And New South Wales have wrapped up the State of Origin series for 1990. A magnificent sight. Lang Park at night, packed to capacity, 35,000 people or so here. And the Queensland side on the field. What more could the Queensland fans want?
Yes, let's have a look at these under 17 and under 19 matches that took place earlier tonight. Queensland 14 and New South Wales 14 and the under 17s. The under 19s, a fairly comprehensive win to Queensland, 16 points to 8.
Bella throws himself at the line. Is it going to be Queensland's night tonight? Coyne. Roberts tried a big hit. He missed him. Bit of a struggle to get to his feet. Walters, there was a gap there for him. They can't go to sleep with somebody like that. The ball was stolen, said Manson.
Well, again, we'll have to see this very clearly on the Air New Zealand replay. Benny O'Lias stole the ball from his hands, no question about it.
Back to Belcher as Arthur Beetson watches on with some anxiety. Now Belcher strikes it. And the Maroons have the early lead, 2-0 over New South Wales.
He's been in fine form. A strong game for Cronulla last week, and that's a good kick. The Blues on the attack on the 22. Lions. Oh, ducked under a swinging arm from Bella. Here's Roberts. Can he offload? Yes, he can. Elias was there for it. It's come back for Stewart. Stewart ducking under one, 10 metres short of the line. Great opportunity for New South Wales. Line side, getting closer, 3 metres away. Gillespie plays it. From dummy half goes Lazarus, he's in to score. They made it look so easy.
He just picks the ball up, throws a little dummy. It wasn't even a real good dummy, and makes the ground. I mean, I call that a very, very soft try. And not any criticism of Lazarus implied or New South Wales implied, but it's a very soft bit of football by Queensland.
Looks good for me. Beautiful kick from Wishart. Beautiful kick. Sends New South Wales to a lead of 6-2 over Queensland at Lang Park.
4-1 the scrums to Queensland. Stewart is allowed to run for some distance away from that scrum. Clyde for Roberts. Quickly out of there, the front rower. Elias. Stewart. They changed direction themselves, New South Wales. Mackay the step. He beat Backo, but was covered up by Coyne. Stewart is consistently bringing forwards on his inside. Elias with a little scurry. And a dummy. A step. He ducks, gets clear. McGaw for the corner. He's got there. Touch judge says that's a try to David Manson. The Blues get their second. Lang Park a little stunned.
Well, seeing on the New Zealand replay, this is what the sort of thing that I was expecting and hoping that Elias would pull out. This little stuttering run that he's got. He completely evaded the first line of defence. Got the pass away to McGaw there, about 15 metres in. Now watch very closely. Yes, he gets the ball down.
No worries about distance. Strikes it well enough, but it's wide. New South Wales, though, with a fine lead.
This is a danger time for them. Langer with the scrum feed, picks it up. Almost got through. Still going, Langer. Pull down 10 metres short of the line. Pressure now for the Blues. Linder goes in the dummy half. Blindside, got him back. Gilmister. Gilmister looks for support. Got it on for Wallace. Out for Jackson. Out for Belcher. Belcher for the line and scores! And Arthur Beetson, a wry little smile on his face as Lewis from out wide puts it. Oh, it's gone through the post. What a kick from Lewis. That's his first ever State of Origin goal. And the crowd pay homage to the king.
Well, Wally has gone back there with not even a hint of a smile on his face. He must be aware that at the moment, if he asked for a testimonial fee of $100 million, he'd get it from this crowd. They are besotted by Wally Lewis. Now, what a magnificent kick. It only just got over. Doesn't matter. That's all it had to do. Great stuff, and it's 10-all.
Tremendous pressure for New South Wales. G takes the tackle. Spinning it to the left. Langer for Coyne. He takes the tackle. How much pressure can the Blues take here? Walters for Lewis. Along the ground. Touched by New South Wales again. I thought the tackle count hasn't been signalled to restart as Belcher brings it back. This is the last tackle. I reckon he missed one.
Well, I reckon they're all heroes, New South Wales, at the moment.
Langer. Langer with some players outside, but got the ball back inside. Try! That'll be a try! Queensland are in to score. Pick up who the try scorer is in a minute.
It's Jackson, I think.
Pushed it out to the right. So he can't have the extras, but Queensland have the lead in this State of Origin number 3, 14-10 over the Blues.
And the final score at Lang Park on June 13, 1990, Queensland 14, New South Wales 10. Incidentally, the Brisbane crowd was 33,000. 1988, 89 and 90. 3 memorable years in State of Origin competition, proudly presented by Rugby League Video.